I don't know whether they take marijuana or they take hard drugs or what. This is the 10th month now. We have renovated over 68 schools completely. So many projects are ongoing. Hospitals, primary healthcare, just name the project. One thing that comes to my mind, the money of Edo does not belong to me. That will not make me rich. The only thing I owe Edo people is to use the money for Edo people. I am very wise. I stay out of eye service because eye service will not help me. Every day, what I promise my people is practical governance. Nigeria is very safe for investment. The economy is growing. Today is about investment, connection, and the courage to see Edo State as a frontier of opportunity. Edo is there for all of us to come and invest. Sometimes I wake up midnight to ask myself, so all this project money we're taking away from this our land. And I feel sad many a times when I hear some people, I don't know whether they take marijuana or they take hard drugs or what, alcohol or what it is, I don't know. You hear them saying, Obaseki has done well. Probably he has done well for them. But to me, he was a disappointment to Edo State.
Right, guys. This is the video of Modu Kwebulu, the executive governor of Edo State. So, according to him on this video, he's addressing the investors in UK. So he went to UK and with his group of his political ally. They went to UK. As according to him, he's addressing the investor to come and invest in Edo State. He's the one talking like this, like all these kindergartenists or children. See, you see, on one problem about Nigeria, when it's come to the politics, Nigeria keep on lowering the bar. This is what the INEC and the Supreme Court of Nigeria gave to Edo State. I don't have personal problem with Okpebolo. But you see, when they sworn this man in Okpebolo, I make a video, I advise him to Okpebolo should surrender himself with intellect. And I want to ask a question here that I know many people, some of them, they pay a heavy amount of school fees to their children. Some pay as much as 3 million, 4 million, 5 million in a term for their children in order for them to give them a sound education for the sake of brighter future. I want to ask you, after you pay such a heavy amount of money for your children in primary, in secondary, in nursery, so that at the end of the day, they can be, so that they will have a sound education. And after all that, then this is the man who is the governor of those children you pay such a heavy amount of money for. So how will you feel as a parent? And secondly, you that pay such a heavy amount of money for your children, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 10 million in a term, so that they should have a sound education. So I want to ask you, will you pay Okpebolo such amount of money to teach your children? Will you pay, or if the likes of Okpebolo, they are or is the owner of that school, or is a teacher in that school, you pay such a heavy amount of money, and you pay such amount of money to teach your children, would it be acceptable by you? If it is not acceptable by you, and you make such one, being that maybe or someone offend you, or maybe I don't know how would I put it, and you make such a person to be the governor of a state, then how will you feel? See, this man, anywhere he go, he keep on embarrassing Edo State. Don't forget, Edo State is one of the intellectual hub in Nigeria. Edo State have an intellect, a well sagacious people. Even the Edo Central this man came from, which is the ESA, I can stand here to name so many professors that came from that Edo Central. So when we are talking, people say it's not by education. I understand. I agree with you. It's not by education. But my question here is that, can you pay Okpebolo such amount of the money you are paying in the children or in the school fees of your children for Okpebolo to lecture them? When it comes to the politics, people will keep on lowering the bar. We want to use the least to get the best, and that is why Nigeria is draining today. And it's so sad that anywhere Okpebolo go, like, keep on embarrassing Edo State. Edo State, like I said before, is an intellect hub. That is why they call Edo State as one of the heartbeat of the nation. Edo State known as an intellect, a sagacious people. Edo State, they have a sound mind, they have an intellect guru, intellect banners. But this is what only INEC and Supreme Court can give Edo State. So if you're an investor, are you listening to such a person who is the number one man of a state? So tell me, what will be the fate of that your investment? What will be your fate of that investment? See, when there is one Okpebolo in, I advise him and I told him, I said, surround yourself with intellect guru. I said, Okpebolo should go and study, go and read, because a reader is a leader is a reader. You cannot give what you don't have. But rather, he surrounded himself with sarcophagus. You know, when sarcophagus take over the helm of affair, you see, you cannot expect that society to do better, because sarcophagus, they only look for what to eat. A sarcophagus don't have address. Instead of Okpebolo to employ a intellect guru that will surround him, they can write speech for him, or they can help him to give a speech at every given time. But yet, he did not take my words. And here we are today now. You see, a governor is sounding like a cagey children. A governor of a state, and those state comprises over 4 to 5 million people. And this, whether you like it or not, is a number one man. Nobody will go and wake Okpebolo to be a governor. He said he wants to be a governor of a state, which means all the responsibility should be on his shoulder. He should take over the responsibility of the state. Whether the state is moving forward or is moving backward, he is the one to hold accountable for. He is the one to hold responsible for. Governor of a state. He is the one that said, I will do the job. I could remember when he was campaigning then. Okpebolo, he went to GRA, he stood on the erosion, and he called the erosion Baseki River. Today now, do we still have such erosion in Edo State? Is Edo State now a paradise? So you cannot come and tell us that no matter what is happening in Edo State today, we should not hold him responsible. He is the number one man of his state. I ask you again, you that pay such amount, million for your children, will you pay such amount of money to Okpebolo to be the teacher or a lecturer of your children? So let me know in the comment section. Well, it's not my fault that this is where Edo have got to this time around. This is number one man of Edo State. This is the person representing Edo State that are known as an intellect hub of the country. How are the mountain falling? I will stop here. Let me know what is your take on the comment section.